how I got into YouTube. Maybe you guys will take away something from this. The year prior to doing YouTube, Red Lobster was my very first job ever. Then Target, I worked at a movie theater. I worked at a school for like 3 years, like a before and after school teacher. And then I got into sales and marketing, eventually landing a job with Google. I was doing like SEO marketing, sales and stuff like that. So I was the guy that was putting all the ads for like Fortune 500 companies. Then I eventually left that. This is around the time my friend Mystic had gotten into YouTube and was telling me about it. The reason why I was kind of like, oh, okay, maybe I could do this was because I used to film music videos and edit those music videos. It was more just like a side hobby. So I was already familiar with the space, but like being an influencer, I never thought like this would one day be my job. So at this point in time, my buddy Mystic had moved to LA and I was like, bro, you're gonna go to LA to do YouTube? That's pretty lit. So now I'm left alone in Arizona, like, damn, what am I gonna do, you know? Like I had really like nobody to hang out with, but he was like motivating me and telling me like, bro, you should get into YouTube, you should do it. I didn't think I had like any sort of personality or anything like that. It kind of just eventually came out of me, you know? I don't know. Yeah. At this time, I'm just living with my dad because, well, for anybody who doesn't know, I don't have a mom. I mean, I have a mom, obviously, otherwise how the hell would I be here? But she's just not in my life. Anyways. So this is me and my dad, and I tell my dad like, look, I know I got this good job and I'm making really good money, but I want to do YouTube. I guess now it's kind of like a natural thing to say, hey, I want to do YouTube, but like in those times it was like, what do you mean you're gonna quit your job and be like, you're not even funny? I'm like, yeah, I'm probably. I was like, all right, let me try doing YouTube. So I still kept my job, but I was also filming my own content like at home. So I would do like stand-up videos where I would just stand in front of the camera and tell stupid stories, you know, like the time I got high or something. You know, I'm sitting there, I'm doing these videos, not really working, so I'm not gaining any sort of traction. And in my mind, and I think in everybody's mind, they feel like they have to come to LA to become an influencer, which is not true, which is 100% not true, because you could be in frickin' Jerusalem and become an influencer. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't really matter. It's just more so your content. I'm sitting there, I'm making these stupid videos, and I was like, yeah, this is not really it, coach. This is not working. I don't think I'm gonna quit my job. I actually contemplated for like weeks, and I saw Mystic was growing like dramatically, and like the money was insane. I'm like, this is great. You can run, like, this is almost better than my job. One of the things that I hated was working for the man, like sitting there behind a desk doing all this work. Like I would even stay overtime and not getting any credit for my work. So that sucked. And I was like, bro, if I'm going to do YouTube, I'm going to do YouTube. I'm going to 100% put my heart and soul into this, because I've always considered myself a creative person. If I could somehow do it through YouTube, I think this could work, you know? So I quit. I quit my job. I already got my stuff going together. Like I'm making good money. I got my car. Next step was, you know, it's very traditional, you know, to just get a job, get a car, get a place, get a girl, have a kid, and call it a day, you know? Let God take the wheel on the rest of it. But I don't know, I've always had an entrepreneurial mindset. Like even in high school, I would sell chocolate strawberries. I would try and slang gum, you know, whatever, weed, whatever, you know what I mean? Just little stuff. Yeah, so it just like naturally molded itself that, you know, this is something I could possibly do. So I'm sitting there at work one day, and I'm like, bro, I don't think I want to do this anymore, bro. Like, anybody has ever, if you watching have ever quit a job, you know that feeling. You know that weird feeling when you're like looking at your manager and like all the people working there, and you're just like, I don't belong here. You know what I mean? And then it's like, I just want to quit. So that's what I wanted to do. I was just like, oh, it's over with. I'm out this bit. I cannot wait to get out this bit. So I quit. Because it wasn't easy too. To get that job, you had to get a certificate and all this stuff. Like, but I did it, you know? I did it. I quit. I was like, I'm out. I don't know. I had no direction. I had no, like, what's next? Like, I didn't know what was next. I just know that I wanted to pursue YouTube. And so I quit that job. My dad looked at me like, damn, you're stupid. You know? know? I'm thinking in Arizona prices, like, bro, I took that 3 grand, I came out to LA, and keep in mind at this point, I'm already back and forth between LA a lot, and then coming out to LA to like kick it with Mystic, I was like, bro, I might as well just come to LA at this point, you know? Like move to LA and do my thing.
I'm heading out to LA, hopefully go hunt for a place to work.
I go to the first place I know, which is Glendale. There was this really cheap hotel, but it was still like nice. It was like a motel, I guess. But it was like really nice. And I went there, I need to rent this room for like a month, you know, because I figured, man, it's more than enough time for me to like get on my feet, find a job, use that job to supply, you know, paying my bills and stuff. Cause I mean, I still had bills. I still had my phone bill, my car bill, all that good stuff. I needed gas to get around, you know? I messed up, you know? 3 grand. That 3 grand disappeared quick as hell, boy. Like every dollar of it was gone. So much so to the point where I ended up not having a dollar to my name. At 3 G's, oh, that shit gonzo, bro. Anybody that's planning on moving to LA, I'd probably recommend like 7 to 10K. I moved here for less. I don't know, you can still make it. It just depends on like your drive, you know what I mean? After that money disappeared, bro, it was like probably one of like the darkest times that I ever had, because my mindset was, if you want to be an influencer, if you want to be a YouTuber, you got to come to LA, and this is like the place to do it, you know? And so I grinded my ass off and nothing worked. Like absolutely nothing worked. It was so like demotivating and very depressing. Out in LA trying to handle some things, hopefully get some things going. Filming, editing, and uploading at the hotel. And when I got kicked out of the hotel, I didn't want to bother Mystic, because Mystic at the time had a 1-bedroom apartment. You know, it's just him, you know? I mean, he's a bachelor pad, you know what I mean? He had his own thing going on. I think he had a girlfriend at the time, not sure. But you know, he had his own thing going on, so I don't want to be like that friend, that couch surfing friend, you know? The only time I ever crashed on Mystic's couch was when I came out to just visit. On top of filming and all that stuff, I was out here trying to like hand out flyers with my resume, and I was literally open to taking any job, you know? I went to a weed dispensary store on Venice. I even went to Arby's, just anything. And it was like demotivating, because I came from like a really good job that I worked so hard for, but I ended up not getting a call back from any company. And so I was like, yeah, it's whatever. I'll just keep doing YouTube. But at this point, I'm already kicked out of the hotel and I'm living in my car. I converted my bottom half would go into the trunk. I designed the back of my Honda to be like my little closet space where I put all the storage stuff, from cameras to my laptop to my clothes. I was a very organized person living in my car. I went to like the dollar store and like bought like drawers and stuff, and just to keep like my socks and stuff organized. It was like a really tiny closet. And I was very minimalistic, and I wore a lot of black shirts. To this day, I still always gotta have my black tee, bro. Yeah, so I was sleeping in my car, and that was not fun. You know, I think that's low-key part of the reason why my back is messed up. You guys don't know I have scoliosis, so my back is dunzo. So I'm sleeping in the car. I would go to the dollar store, I would get shampoo. I was showering at the beach, you know, and it was close to where I needed to be, you know what I mean? So I would use the beach showers to wash my body, you know? Look, I took no shame in anything I did. It's just what I needed to do to survive at the time. I think the worst part of it was when asking people for food or money. Like, yeah. And this is in the span of a couple months. Like, it got to the point where I couldn't take anymore. But yeah, asking people for food and money was probably like, you know, that it hit me a little bit harder, just because it's like, I don't know. I don't know. Just because I take so much pride in myself, and then like asking my dad, could you send me some money so I could get some food? Asking random strangers for money, like, and it wasn't for a YouTube video or anything. You know, this is like real life. I'm legitly asking people, could you got $1 so I can get some, I just want to get a burger or something. Like I'm out, you know? in the nicest way possible. I consider myself a really nice guy. Like, worst thing that anybody could say to you, and this is why I'm not scared to like say anything out in public or do public stuff, because the worst thing that anybody could say to you is no, you know? So if they say no, it's whatever, you know? I usually got like a yes 1 out of 10 or 1 out of 20 times. So, but it was just very demotivating to ask people for money. It made me like question like, what am I doing? You know, like why am I here? There was definitely a breaking point where it like my spirit was broken on YouTube. Like this thing ain't gonna work. This is not gonna. I'm uploading video. I went to like McDonald's, Starbucks, typical places that have free Wi-Fi to upload my videos. I knew that I still wanted to do YouTube. I just didn't know if I was doing it right. And did I really need to be here? I'm a very prideful person, so I kept a lot of this stuff in silence. I felt like ashamed, basically. You know, like, what am I doing? And I didn't want to admit to my own dad that I had failed. I asked him if he could send me some money so I could get home. I don't want to look like a failure, you know? Like, I came out here to do this and then just completely mess up. And I realized, there was a moment where I realized like, yeah, I failed. I need to stop messing around. Like, bags, me, gas. Just crossed the border. Fuck, LA now. I'm gonna go to Arizona. And so I went home. I packed up my stuff. I went back to Arizona. And I signed up for Uber. Uber damn near saved my life because I was like, okay, let me try and get back on my feet. And my dad was like, are you still doing YouTube? Like, yeah, I'm still doing YouTube. Uber played a very big role in helping me pursue the entrepreneurial lifestyle that I wanted. You know, I did Uber for a year and a couple months, or maybe a year, I don't know, somewhere. At this point in time, I'm at like 3,000-4,000 subscribers. This is rough, you know, like I'm already like a year into it. I don't understand like how can I grow. I'm trying to drive and then I'll take breaks and then I'll film and edit when I needed to. So it really helped. Uber like helped balance out like making money, but still doing that. I was originally gonna do Uber in LA, but I couldn't because my car wasn't registered in LA, it was Arizona. So about a year later, I got a call from Mystic saying, hey man, I just got this house in LA. Do you want to move in? And do you still want to do YouTube? You should come. I was like, I mean, I got nothing else to really lose. I already lost everything, you know what I mean? Like, I sold a bunch of stuff. I think the only thing I had was like my PS5, my couch, my bed. Yeah, we're getting rid of the bed. I sold all of those things. And I said, this is what I had to sleep on yesterday. TV's gonna go soon. I'm gonna give it another try. I don't know why. I just knew that like I had to take this as an opportunity. And at this point, you know, Mystic is banging on YouTube. I was like, are you sure it's cool? He's like, yeah, it's cool. Like, I got a whole extra room. I was like, all right, I'm not gonna like mess up this opportunity. I'm going to like I'm going all in. Weirdly enough, I actually got an opportunity to work at another job, which is Facebook, kind of doing the same thing. And I was gonna take it, but it was around the same time Mystic had offered moving to LA. And I was like, well, at least this time I'll have a roof over my head and I'll be with my friend and I can pursue YouTube. I made it was a very big sacrifice. You don't understand, like I sold a lot of the stuff that I really wanted, which was my PlayStation, materialistic bullshit like that. But not only sacrificing materialistic stuff, but sacrificing my family. Like my niece was just born, she was a baby, you know? And I remember before I moved, I saw her in the little crib. Little one is napping. Okay, little one. Uncle loves you. Okay, I'm leaving. But I'm going to LA. I love you. All right, John.
Okay.
I understand. All right, man. Be careful over there, though.
Heading out.
Yeah, wait for me.
Something in that moment when I looked at my niece I knew that no matter what I did in LA, I had to like push myself to keep going, you know, to pursue this. You know, if Mystic could do it, I could do it, you know? I have to make this happen, bro. There's no way, bro. Like, if all these other people are able to do YouTube, there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to. Same with you, you know? If all these other people can be successful on this platform, why not me? And I moved to LA. Boom.
Made it to the boys' house. Oh,
and when I got to LA, you know, I didn't have a desk. I actually picked the desk out from the trash and brought it in. And that's what I would edit on. But luckily I had a bed and a roof. I eventually ended up landing not one, but 2 jobs, you know? That was a dishwasher. That sucked. But again, it was minimum wage, so I wasn't making much. And then the other job was in K-Town as a telephone marketing sales rep. Long story short, I was the guy that was calling you with stupid deals like, oh, you just want to cruise. I was like, I didn't care. I was just trying to make my cheese, bro. So I was there doing that and doing YouTube at the same time. A lot of people always ask me like, how did you, when you first started, how do you balance doing YouTube and also working a job? I had to find that balance. I had to really understand like, okay, here's my work schedule, but I always prioritized YouTube. The work schedule is what it is, you know, I have to be here from this time to this time. So that means that I'm allotted this amount of time on weekends and then before and at the end of the night to film, edit, and post or get ready to post. So I spent weekends grinding, bro. Film. Even though I had those 2 jobs, it was still really rough. Like, and even though I had a roof over my head, it was still really rough. It was no different from sleeping in the car. It was just, now I had a bed. But I still had to grind, you know what I mean? So I can make money. And there's nothing wrong with earning an honest living, bro. Nothing wrong with that. I was just praying that one day, you know, one day one of these videos has got to hit. Because if it doesn't work, and I had another breaking point, like all the money that I would make from those jobs would go to my bills, you know? It was minimum wage, so I really wasn't making much. It was just enough to cover my bills. I'm over here asking my manager like, yo, could you give me anything? And he would like, bro, I owe Dimitri, Mystic, and God so much, bro, because without them, I probably would have just said, F this, I'm out again, and just failed completely. Dimitri would buy me meals, you know, Mystic every once in a while, but Dimitri would, you know, you want something from Wendy's, I'll scoop it up and, you know, drop it off. Like, bro, he didn't have to do any of that, but I would beg, you know. I was still eating ramen noodles in a mansion, you know, just shit from the dollar store. And I would stock up, you know what I mean? Stock up on ramen noodles. I had like 2 whole drawers of ramen noodles, some cereal, and that was it. Keep in mind, I'm living in the hills. I'm driving to Tonda, driving up the hills, just so inspired. I'm going to like functions and events as if I'm having it, but I'm really not having it. You know, I'm nobody, bro. But it was really inspiring just to be surrounded by it and to see all that. And it motivated me. My family motivates me. Like, even though my family doesn't even have to say anything, because I come from a really small family, and they just mean so much to me, you know. And everything that I do, I just want to be successful for them, you know. So I'm living with Mystic. There was I had a breaking point where I was working the dishwashing job, and I didn't want to be there anymore, throwing out trash, washing dishes. Like, who wants to do that, you know?
So this is what I'm doing for $10.50 an hour. Then I go back in the building and just get yelled at, so. I don't know, bro, I don't think I can do it.
That was a video message that I sent to my manager, Dimitri, and I told him, like, bro, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to throw out trash. I don't want to wash dishes for freaking $9 an hour, wherever I was making. And I don't want to do this. I want to go home. Like I was like legit crying. Like, bro, I just want to go home. I miss my family. I don't want to be here and do this stupid job. And I'm never gonna make it. Like, I'm never gonna be at a level. I'm not Mystic. I'm not this YouTuber. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to go home. I want to see my family. He called me immediately after I sent that video and he said, just push through. You'll be all right. I'll get you some food. Come back to the crib. You know, we'll talk. And, you know, just maybe go out. I don't know. Like, he was the person that made me stay. Cause I was this close to saying, you know what? This is my second go around with LA. I'm done, bro. I want to go home. I miss my family so much. And I'm not getting anything out of being here, bro. Like, this dream of being a YouTuber is just not it. I can't make it. I'm just a dishwasher now, you know? None of those videos were hitting. At that time, I was working on this channel and finally a video hit and then another video hit. And I was like, damn, I'm making some money. You know, it wasn't much. It was like $600. You know, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying?
Can I say hi?
Yeah.
Hi. I know, it's been too long. I look raggedy. I'm getting
okay.
some last minute stuff out the way.
You doing some Christmas shopping?
Yes, I had to get some last minute things out the way, you know. And then we gotta get some last minute things as well, okay?
Okay. Started making some money off of YouTube. And I was like, bro, this is kind of cool, you know what I mean? Like, I was so happy to finally get a check from YouTube. That first YouTube check, I was like, yeah. But finally a video hit. I won't forget it. It was a Tinder video, nerd versus asshole. Tinder. It was actually an older video that I filmed in Arizona that I thought would be a cool idea. Never posted it until I was in LA. And it hit. You know, at the time, Tinder was trending. It was a big topic and it hit an M. I was like, oh. Nowadays an M is like, that's cool, you know? I mean, you got people like Mr. Beast nowadays getting 35 M's a video. Like, what the fuck? I kept going, it kept going. That's when I linked with No Biggie. I was starting to grow, you know, and at the time, my girlfriend was Kimmy. We just went hard on all of the channels. Like, my original channel, which is now called More Chino, which was the original ChinoAlphaWolf page. It was my baby, and I was growing and working so hard on it. Eventually, we ran into the timeline of the YouTube adpocalypse. For those who do not know what the adpocalypse was, it was a very dark time where cutting back on ads and YouTubers weren't making as much money. Like, for the same amount of views, I'm talking about, it was like bad. You know, you went from making 30, 40, 50, 60K down to like, you know, 3 bands or something, you know? For the same amount of work that you were putting in and same amount of views and etc. because a lot of advertisers had pulled out. Pretty soon, it got to the point where no matter what I posted, it got yellow marked. Yeah, YouTube wouldn't share it. To me, in my eyes, I was like, bro, this channel's dead. It's over with. Like, what am I gonna do? You know? And that's when me, Daryl, McQueen, all of us were like, YouTube family channels started coming out. You saw like the DDG family was created. I think McQueen called his like the Aqua Force or the family, the Aqua family. Something like that, you know? It was around that era. All these like family channels started popping up. So we could be like family friendly. I don't know, it was a stupid joke. So I made this channel, bro, but when I say I was like sad, because I was working so hard on it. I was at a little over 500,000. And I was like, bro, I'm gonna have to walk away from my baby and restart, like from ground zero. Zero. And it sucked ass. Ass, bro. Like, I worked, all of that I just told you is what I worked for, and then just for it to get smashed. I put my heart and soul into that channel, and it's just to be like, yeah, doesn't matter what you post, we're not sharing it kind of thing. It hurt, but I'm not a quitter. I didn't give up. I made like a small video saying, yo, everybody that's on this page, you know, move over to my new page. That's where I'll be posting, and whoever carried over. But I feel like I lost connection with a lot of my OGs, man, a lot of my original audience. which in terms is why I'm making this video, to kind of share that story, because some of you guys are a little bit newer, and I noticed that some of you guys don't even know. I had to talk with Deshae, and like, he didn't even know. He's like, what did you get your mom for Christmas? I was like, I don't have a mom in my life, bro. He's like, I didn't even know that. I'm sorry. And I was like, no, it's all good, it's all good. But like, it kind of inspired me to remake this video to like tell that story, because that's why I'm on this channel. So my old channel, which is now titled More Chino, I keep it around for nostalgic purposes, but I don't use it. This channel is, you know, my new baby, and I'm working hard, really hard, to get back to 500,000. And all 2022, I'm gonna put my heart and soul into getting this channel to 1 million. I'm so like, bro, you guys don't understand, man. I'm sick of the underrated thing, or Chino doesn't get like any credit or any of that stuff. I'm working my ass off all 2022 to bring this channel to where it needs to be. It needs to be at 1 million. I should have been at 1 million, but restarting all that stuff and just being put down so many times or not getting any credit, it's a lot of behind the scenes stuff. And I take a lot of my time out to do these things, and I kind of lose focus on my own channel. I'm done with that. I'm over that. I want to focus on this channel for you guys, for the Wolfgang. I want to make fire content. I just want to get back to what I originally know, which is making dope, creative content for you guys. I wanted you guys to get familiar with me, because some of you guys don't even know who I am, or maybe you just subscribe and have no idea, but that's my backstory. And I'm telling you guys, I am telling you, as rough of a journey as it has been for me, I'm going to hit 1 million. I'm aiming for it to happen in 2022. You can get kicked down bad and pushed down and just demotivated and lazy, and have a reason to want to get up and do what you want to do, bro, because you can. And it doesn't matter whether it's you're going to school and you're trying to become this, whether you're an intern and you're trying to become this, or you're whatever it is that you want to do, you can do it. I am telling you, you could do it. Everything that I sacrificed, I got back 10 times full. Like all the materialistic stuff, I've reached my dream goal of getting a GTR. It wasn't like practical for me to use, you know, just stuff like that. Like, you can reach your goals, just have your goals. Like I always keep my goals on my home screen of my phone, whatever it is I want. Just can't give up. The minute you give up and you say, well, just do it tomorrow, or I can't do this shit. I've literally said that to myself. The streets don't care about your feelings, bro. The world doesn't care about your feelings. You care about your feelings. So you gotta make yourself better and stronger every single day. And just do it. Just do it, you know? I feel so blessed, and I always say this, guys, but bro, literally without you guys, I wouldn't be here. I'm nothing. With that being said, I just wanted to bring this story to life and kind of refresh everybody who wasn't familiar with me and my backstory. If you watch this entire thing, bro, I have been going on a rant. If you watched the entire video, man, thank you. 2022, happy holidays, man. 2022 is right around the corner. We're gonna crush it. It's gonna be a good year. I hope you guys get to spend as much time as you can with your family. Unfortunately, I will not be spending Christmas with my family this year. I hope you guys have a good holidays. Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, la verga. Have a good time, spend time with your loved ones, and make the best out of it, bro, because we're only here for a little bit, and you know, you can do it. You can do anything that you put your mind into, and surround yourself with positive people that have the same goals. I love you guys. Thank you so much for rocking with me, bro. It means the world. Wolfgang to 500,000 first, and then Wolfgang to 1 million, all 2022, bro.